just as sure as the stars in the sky. I need you to shine in the light. Not just for the meanwhile, but a long, long time. Better believe it. Oh, 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 oh. Whenever you're not in my presence, it feels like I'm missing my blessings, yeah. So I sleep through the daylight, staying up all night till you're back again, yeah. You think I'm biased to my significant other. You hit it right on the head, only missing my lover. Got a whole lot of texts in my phone, but I don't reply. But the next day bothers you out.
Good evening, good evening, good evening. Excuse me. Welcome to Gentlemen After Dark, a place where grown folks can talk without judgment. This isn't too bad. No, it's not chocolate milk. But anywho, want to welcome you. Let's do a little roll call. Excuse me. My girl, Soul Body Mind Detox, the lady who promotes that, who pushes that business, Miss Dana Hunter, or as I like to say, Dana! Welcome back, little lady. Welcome back. I probably shouldn't have had this chair because I feel like I'm going to be moving all night. That ain't good. Miss Taylor's here, you guys. Miss Taylor is here. Yeah, Miss Taylor's here. Candace, my sister, all the way from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Welcome back. Thank you for staying up past your bedtime. You know, I always love it when you do. I appreciate you. Thank you. My girl Trey is in the building. Trey RB, Trey, you've been quiet, man. I need to hear your voice. And I don't mean on the phone. I mean, you know, people have been asking about you. Where's Trey at? I ain't seen her on Gentlemen After Dark. I need you. The YouTube world is in the building, y'all. YouTube is in the building. Miss Dana Williams. Ooh-wee. I hope I can say something, but got a special treat. Thank you, Dana. Thank you. Dana gave me a special treat to share with you guys tonight. I'm excited about that. Yeah. That part. What? Dana, the butterflies up in here. That's what I'm talking about. Well, good evening, little lady. Thank you for tuning in. Or are you just tapping in and then gonna tap right on out? I hope you stick around. I hope you do. But yeah. I know, man. That work is important. You got to get it. And back to you, Miss Taylor. Yeah, I ain't even gonna go there with you. Not tonight. Not tonight. Not tonight. Anywho, again, you guys, welcome to Gentlemen After Dark. It is the season 3 finale. It is the last episode of season 3. Episode number 14. OMG. 14. Man, we've been doing this for a minute, you guys. 3 seasons deep. And I definitely got to say, I appreciate you guys from the bottom of my heart. I mean, you know, we could be doing anything that we want to do with our time. But as I like to say, you guys decided to share your time with me. And I am honored, humbled, grateful for it. You know, I try very hard not to waste your time. So, you know, here we are, 3 seasons in, shooting for a 4th. Let's see what the people say. Let's see if my contract gets signed for another year, or excuse me, another season. But anywho, Trey, you say you headed for hiatus. Okay, that's what's up. That's what's up. I'm gonna be counting on you, man. I've been watching a lot of different shows, and I'm, you know, gathering ideals. I definitely would like to get you and a couple of the fellas, you know, who know how to speak and say what they need to say and get it off their chests, you know, because we are grown folks, right? And grown people do what grown people do. This area here, this platform, Gentlemen After Dark, a place where grown folks can talk without judgment. So let's go ahead and get the show started, you guys. I think I'm gonna start tonight. I'll be going back and forth with who am I gonna use for the intro. So I'm gonna just do this one today. How you like that? That was something that I created myself. I'm gonna see if I can find this tonight's show on YouTube. I'm missing all my comments from my YouTube audience, so I'm gonna try definitely to catch you guys as well. I hope everything goes accordingly, like I want it to, but we're gonna see. Oh, there it is. Should be due. Technology is a beautiful thing. I just got to make sure I don't be looking at myself. There's a delay, but anywho, um, I'm happy for that. Good evening, Miss Michelle Finnison. Welcome, welcome. Happy to see you. Last week, you guys, we had a little fun. At least I want to think that we did. And you could correct me if I'm wrong. Please, by all means, let me know. But we had fun last week. Last week we got to talk a little bit about COVID. Of course, you cannot walk away from the seriousness of that, despite what people may say, think, or feel. As I shared with you in the past, I'm not vaccinated, not at this point. Um, it is something that is definitely heavy on my mind, heavy on my things to do list because I'm stuck in what they say, stuck between a rock and a hard place. I have to make a decision. I have to make a decision to live my life unemployed, excuse me, or live my life employed. So that is coming down the pike for me. But one thing that I do pride myself on is before I sit in front of this camera, if you will, and share information with any of you guys, individuals of my audience, I try to make sure that what information I'm sharing is genuine. The information that I'm sharing is accurate as best as I possibly can. I really don't have time to be passing on uh, false perceptions, if you will. I'm just stating the facts of what it is. And, just to give you a little history of where I'm going, there was an individual who actually caught the show last week, probably after the show. Uh, but, a lot of comments were made on the thread in regards to COVID. The question was, or the comment was basically about the FDA and approving the Pfizer and the whole nine yards. So I made a comment to the individual like, well, hey, aren't you in the nursing field? Don't you keep up with that stuff? Well, that individual took offense to what I had to say. Part of me wants to say, I'm sorry that you are offended, but part of me says, I really don't care if you're offended or not. Why? Because you have a personal choice to make, just as I do. Make the personal choice. My information is here to make you think about what's being done around us in our world. And I get it. A lot of us, we disconnect on a daily basis from the news, what's going on in our neighborhoods. All we care about is what we care about. Well, that's not me. I care about people genuinely. I'm a product of the South, a city boy with a country flair. Shouts out to all my folks in New Orleans, in the Louisiana area, from Oakdale on down to the Causeway. How about that? All the individuals that have been affected by uh, Ida. My heart goes out to you. I pray that things get better, swifter, quicker than what they are. It's a lot of water. There's a lot of power outage. But, on top of that, we are still dealing with what? COVID. So I get it. Some people don't want to be connected to that. I'm not here to make anybody choose one side or the other. That's not my business. But what I am here to do is make you think about what's going on around us, whether it's good or whether it's bad. We have to think. And some of us, sad to say, we don't want to think. We want to think about what we want to think about, whatever that might be. For me, this platform, we talk about some of this, we talk about some of that, we talk about whatever you may want to talk about. So, to that individual, peace or deuces, whichever one. Call me mean if you want to today. That's how I'm feeling. Now, moving right along. I told y'all I had a nice little treat, and I am going to share that. But before we get to that, I want to talk a little bit about what we talked about last week. There was a question that was asked of the audience: Can women name 5 things to keep a man? And we had an excellent conversation. Thank you, Sydney. I see she's back here this evening. I see you. I see you. Thank you, Miss Sydney. Miss Berdina is here. I see you. I see you. Veronica's here. Hey, Veronica. Good evening to you. So we talked about those 5 things that women could do to hold on to their man. Hold on to your man, right? So the individual who actually provided that comment, question, whatever you want to call it, he actually responded it. And here's what we came up with in our dialogue. Some of you ladies, and we're not here to pick on nobody. Please believe me, I'm not here to bash, pick on, or any of the above. This is again grown folk conversation. I even brought my adult chocolate milk. Adult chocolate milk. But we're here to talk as adults and try to come to some conclusion, come to some answer of what can we be doing better as adults, right? So one of the things that was brought out in this conversation with this guy, man, was that some of the ladies were deflective. Deflective. What does that mean? Meaning, soon as we said, name 5 things that a woman can do to hold on to her man, instead of naming one of the 5 things, some of you ladies became, well, what about the man? Well, he got to do what. That wasn't the comment. That wasn't the question. Everybody will get their turn. But when we're dealing with you, we dealing with you. When we're dealing with the fellas, we gonna deal with the fellas. Please believe me. But it made me think like, man, why are we so deflective? Why, when the heat comes on our neck, we try to push it off of us real quick onto something else or back on the person that is bringing it to us? Why do we do that? So, as always, gentlemen after dark, this is a forum for you and for me. So, how about y'all type in your comments and you tell me, why are we so deflective? Why are we so deflective? So let's see here. Absolutely nothing. No matter how good the kitty is, the head is, the food is, etc., he'll stay because he wants to and leave for the same reason. That's my girl Trey. There, she's gonna start us off with that. But again, why are we deflective? That is the question. Why are we deflective? And Michelle agreed with Trey. Of course she did. Trey for president. But why are we deflective? Anybody? And I'm gonna put this adult chocolate milk down because I got to make sure I can read these comments. So Miss Yolanda Taylor says, because we've become too independent. Too independent. Miss Dana Hunter, I'ma assume, agrees with Trey and Michelle. But dun, 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 I'm gonna go back to Miss Yolanda Taylor. We become too independent. Mark, here comes something from the fellas. Misery wants company. I can take that. Absolutely. Ooh, Trey. Lack of accountability. I definitely agree with you 100%. I wish I could give you some hearts or whatever, but I can give you some of this. I definitely agree with you on that. Lack of accountability. We all have to be accountable, or we're supposed to be. I do spend a lot of time watching other podcasts, Kevin Samuels being one of them. Uh, what is it? Lapifa, Lapef, Lapef. I watch them as well. It's a group of about 6 individuals, male and females, and they have great conversation, great dialogue. I actually subscribe to to their their channel, basically. But accountability was one of the main topics that they've had on the show between both Kevin Samuels and the other Lapeef Network. It's hard for us to be accountable for ourselves, and then it becomes even more of a challenge when we need to hold our friends, our counterparts, accountable for what they do or don't do. Um, it's a hard feat. I get it. Deflection is automatic. I'm just as guilty as the next person. If you come for me, what's the goal? Get you off of me first, right? And then we're gonna retaliate. But continuing with my conversation with the male individual that provided the initial question, that was another side point that we are so busy trying to get our chance to speak on what we want to speak on, that we don't even listen to the question, the comment, the scenario. We just want to get ours. How do we change that? What can we do to make that different? And I see my little big brother, Clifton Lewis. I see you, man. Michelle says it is human nature to deflect, man or woman. When we do not have an answer to the question or any question, I definitely can accept that. Ooh, ooh. Hit dogs, holler. Rather than have a learning and revealing exchange, feeling truly uncertain, it is easier to forward the query. Wow, I haven't heard that term in a good while. Hit dogs, holler. Come on, man, say that. I wish I had a dog for real, because yeah, hit dogs do holler. That is the truth. Um, can we improve? Can we do better? Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot to do like this. What up, Mello? We ain't even gonna give the name resume, but yeah. What up with you, man? Can we do better though? Can we do better? Do we have the courage within ourselves to listen to whatever somebody has to say, whether good, bad, indifferent? Can we do better? Do we want to do better? How about that? Do you even want to do better? Because I don't have to tell you um, you're that person that is deflective. And you don't have to tell me that I am, because we all know who we are. We all know what we do. But are we willing? Are we willing? Good evening, Miss Mo. I see you. Kings and queens, we all see you. Candace says, lose the fear and the need to show others up. Facts. Facts. Trey hits it again with willingness is necessary. Man, willingness is mandatory at this point. It should be mandated, as we use that word so much. It should be mandated. But that's the truth. If I did something, then hey, I got to be held accountable. Um, Mello is my brother. We grew up together in the same apartment complex as little kids, and we are still friends, up to this day. From Schwinn's to Harley's, that's where we are. But there are times when I'm wrong, dead wrong, flat wrong, whatever it is. As my friend, as my brother, guess what? He brings the noise, he brings the heat. He tells me. And yeah, it's not good. I don't like it, but I also take it in and I listen and reflect. And we could go, a couple of weeks without having any spoken words with each other because we might both be hot under the collar. But guess what? If what he had to say made sense, I'm listening, and vice versa. That's why introspection is important. Mhm. For me, after a confrontation, argument, simple conversation, excuse me, conversation that I don't necessarily agree with, I replay the moment and see if I need to change my stance or stay firm. And how many times have we done that? Yeah, a whole lot of times. A whole lot of times. Complete transparency is rare. Most want to keep a spade in their pocket, yeah, their back pocket, or in their purse. Come on, man, say that. Don't want you to know nothing. And when you got them with the aha, they like, nah, you ain't got me. Come on, man. Why do we do that? Why? So I don't know. I think that, like I said, last week's conversation was great. I'm appreciative still of each of the ladies and the fellas that were here participating. I appreciate that. Um, because it was some great points that were made. Now the important factor is once you've identified, recognized that this is your weakness, now we got to make some adjustments. We got to do some I don't want to call it twerking. So what is that? Quirks? Quirk with a Q. Yeah, there we go. We got to fix it. We got to make some adjustments, fine tune it, fine tune who we are so that we can be better. We could be better with our communication with others, be better with communication in our relationships, whether it be with our spouses, boo, significant others. It could be communication with our or relationships with our children, helping them. So something to think about. Miss Alexander, good evening to you all the way from Memphis. I see you. Memphis, Tennessee is in the building. Thank you for being here with us. So, um, that's my thought process on that. I did, like I told you last week, I was going to have that conversation and see what else we could follow up on with that. Um, but then that brought another conversation. um, I was talking to what they say, my sandbox, Miss Dana, young lady that grew up in an apartment complex with myself and with Mello. We are long term good friends from childhood days, elementary school where you couldn't go outside and getting whoopings and everybody can hear and ooh, that whole 9 yards. Hey Sean, good evening to you. So in having my conversation with Miss Dana, this question came up. Why do women change when they get into a relationship? Meaning when they started off, they was cooking, they was cleaning. And Dana, let me know if you want me to send you that link so you could just be on here with me, or anybody for that matter. If you're on Facebook, I can send you the link via inbox and let you in. But so the question came up: Why do the ladies change? Why do we go from we cooking? He could come over and get a meal. House is clean. We looking good. And then when you score, touchdown, got the man. He come home. You don't smell that dinner no more. It just smells like house, carpet, cigarette smoke, if you smoke in the house or whatever, is just stale. There is no meals being prepared. We go from, we looking fabulous to you still got that on? You went to bed with that on last night. You still got that on? Why do women change? And this is not a question from me. This is a question from a lady. A lady. The lady asked, why do women change? So I'm gonna throw it at you, ladies. Why do we change? Not we, because that's not me, but why do we change? You know what I'm saying. Here we go. Here's some of the responses. We get comfortable, too comfortable. Um, the real them showed up. The mask for him and her came off. Yeah, right? The reveal. You can send the link voice only, right? No, you can do voice. Well, you can do whatever you want to, but I'll send you the link. Wait, are you on Facebook though? You're not on Facebook, right? That's Miss Dana. Um, but anybody else for sure, if you want to, you know, please by all means. Sean said that's a negative. I still cook and keep it right. It's just in me, no matter relationship or not. That's what I'm talking about. Keep it going. Yeah. I don't know. I don't think I can send it via YouTube, ma'am. I don't think so. But I could be wrong. So we're gonna keep chatting. I'm gonna see if I can make that happen. Let me see. Uh, I don't know. I ain't even gonna mess with it. Be them fooled around and lost everybody. Anywho, Sean, that's what's up. Kudos to you, man. No matter what, cooking is important, and I know that oh wait, Dana, why don't you just call my phone? We can do it like that. What you think? I can put you on speaker and we can go from there, and then you can speak your piece. How about that? Huh? That'll work. That works too. Um, but cooking is important. And I know some of the best chefs in the world are men. I get it. Men enjoy cooking. I'm one of those guys. I love to cook. But guess what? Men don't always want to cook. Sometimes they don't. Sometimes they want to get that meal from little lady. Let's see. I've seen some other comments. Here we go. Veronica says maybe they lost interest. Okay. So little lady done lost interest. So now that she's lost interest, she's not gonna cook anymore. She's not gonna look pretty no more. She's just gonna do whatever. Is that how that goes? Help me understand. Somewhere the vibe switched. This is true. I agree with you, Trey. I agree. Um, ain't no working man in my house coming home. That- Sean, please no TV dinners and a moo. Oh no, or rollers for that matter. No, no, no. I work too, right? That part right there. Um, okay, so here goes the men. Mello said, "Don't be mad if my interest turns elsewhere." Shoot, be do. Shoot, be do. And that's a reality check. Not making jokes of it. And Miss Dana, whenever you want to call, you can call. Not making light of that, but that's the truth. It's distractions. It will happen real quick. And then what? You're gonna be feeling some kind of way because you stop, you stop, they stop, we all stop. Everybody stop together. Mhm. Pipper, I see you. I see you just tuning in. The question right now at hand is why do women change when they get into a relationship? Meaning they stop with all the things that they were doing cooking, cleaning, looking beautiful, pretty. Um, why does that change? Why do we change when we get in the relationship? But yeah, back to Mello. That's what he said. Don't be mad if my interest turns elsewhere. What else? Anybody else? Um, I think that yeah, I'm gonna play devil's advocate because it's not just about the ladies. The interest has turned, fellas. And I know it's just. Oh, here goes Miss Dana, y'all. Ta-ta-na-na. Hold on, let's see what we got. Hello, you're on the air with Gentlemen After Dark. How you like that? So you posed this great question, ma'am. Tell us why you posed that question.
Yeah, I posed that question because um, it, it is true. It's for both sides, but right now we're dealing with the ladies. Like, I think I read a comment and somebody answered and said they lose interest or the real them showed up, but they added the he in there too.
Mhm.
Same same thing. Like, we just want to put men in with us when we're asking questions about ladies, but I'm veering off. But anyway, yeah, because I have some friends that are like that. You know, the old saying, "I got my man,"
Mhm.
so I ain't gotta get dressed up no more. You know, I don't have to. I can go to bed with cream on my face, a bonnet on my head.
Looking
You
like
know, the
Miss
bonnet is
Doubtfire.
important, but hey, you know what? Get a silk pillowcase. You ain't gotta have a bonnet. Get a silk pillowcase. You know
Right.
what I'm saying?
Right.
And I'm not saying 7 days a week, you know, but at least five.
Wow.
At least be present five,
Right.
because that's cool too.
Yeah. Yeah.
The 80-20 rule. The
80
80-20 rule.
20. 80 20. We're going to hold on to 80 20.
The
We're going
rule doesn't always apply to the wife being the 80 and the side chick being.
right. Because just as Mello said, don't be mad when my interest turns elsewhere. It happens. You still there? Did I lose you? I think her phone went out. We're gonna keep her on. Oh, yep, she's gone now. So that was Miss Dana Williams. Shouts out to you. Thank you, ma'am. We ain't had a phone call in a good while. Y'all remember that when we used to get ding dong? Oh, somebody's at the door. Um, 80-20. That part. That part. I think that we all have a responsibility. Trey said lack of accountability earlier. We all have the responsibility to be accountable for our actions, ours, individuals. I got to be responsible for me or accountable. You got to be responsible for you or accountable. And we choose often not to be accountable for our actions. We rather focus in on what somebody else is doing or not doing, and we get distracted easily, and then we lose sight of the big picture. So, since Miss Dana did call, Dana wrote a poem, uh, poetry, something else that I used to do. I wrote a couple of pieces my own self, but she's heavy into it. But she wrote a poem that's entitled 80-20, and it's really deep. And, for all you with sensitive ears, I apologize in advance, but I'm going to um, read this exactly the way it's written by way of Miss Dana Williams. So 80-20 rule. You probably can't see that, but there you go. This is how it goes. This is some poetry. It says the 80-20 rule is not for us all. You think she's a 20 when she's 80 on call. Taking care of your own man because you dropped the ball. Now you think you're 80 when you're really a 20. Just because you're wifey doesn't mean shit to many. Just a woman with a title that can be replaced by any. You didn't do shit. You lazy as fuck. The house stayed dirty and sex, well, good luck. And all your man is thinking is, damn, I'm stuck. You let yourself go. You nagged all the time. You turned into a penny when you used to be a dime. Remember, I got my man now. Used to be your favorite line. But she's cooking and cleaning and treating him well, giving up the goodies. Now he's under her spell. See, her grass is greener while yours brown as hell. He tried and tried to water his grass, and only weeds kept sprouting up fast. Your soil was no good. He's moved on at last. Now that 20 you thought she was before has got your man walking through her doors, smiling and grinning and happy for sure. See, the funny thing is, you tricked yourself, thinking you were an 80 sitting high on your shelf, when really you were a 20 in everyone else's eyes. Or you was a 20 to everyone else. There it goes. Or maybe I should have did this. Thank you, Dana. I appreciate that. Man, that's powerful. And with your permission, ma'am, I know this is your original piece. I would love to place this on the thread itself so people can read it in their own time, in their own voice, if that's what they choose. It doesn't apply like it started off. The 80-20 rule is not for us all. It doesn't apply to everybody. So I hope no one takes offense. But the reality is, it could affect you. It could affect me. It could affect all of us at one point or another. When you are at home, chilling like a villain, thinking like, I got this, don't become too complacent, because guess what? Maybe you don't. I didn't write it. Miss Dana did. Beautiful piece, a painful message, but what's the saying? Truth hurts. The truth hurts. Sometimes it does. Can we fix it? Can we fix it? Do we want to fix it? Are we willing to? Again, it's not to bash the ladies. I got nothing but love for all you guys. But at the same time, this is a place where grown folks can talk without judgment. One of the things that I learned in watching Kevin Samuels, um, he's very aggressive in his tone, and I get it. But sometimes you need some aggression to make you think, because that's what this is all about. We have lost sight on what we should be doing, how we could be doing it, where we should be doing it. The somebody mentioned earlier about the independence. Hey, it's okay to be independent to a certain degree, because in the end, and he used this as a great analogy, you could be the strongest woman in the whole wide world that you want to be. You could be the CEO, the COO, the boss, the owner. You could be whatever you want to be. But when you are faced with, like we once had to do, you go to the market and you battling with other people for some water. And you got three guys in front of you, and I'm talking with my ladies. Three guys in front of you and you. Who's going to get that bottle of water? Because when it boils down to it, at that point, when it's survival of the fittest, if you will, chivalry is going out the door. So you need that man. We need that lady. We got to fix ourselves. I do believe that first and foremost. You can't fix no situation, relationship, none of the above. You got to fix you first, me included. You got to fix you. I got to fix me. And I see the comment. So let me start acknowledging before I get in trouble. Let me see. Sean says it may hurt, but it will set you free with the truth. Come on now. Come on. Michelle says great poetry, Dana. Candace says, nah, buck that 80-20. Here we go. She said, buck that 80-20. What about simple commitment? There may always be EBB. What's that? Ebb and flow. See, there you go with those words. I'll be like, huh? What? Ebb and flow in situations. Sometimes the reciprocity isn't there, or other factors. If both of you go into the relationship with the mindset to serve and not take, your perspective may be different. Too much blame on someone else for what only you should be responsible for, your own happiness. You can be happy with someone, but it is not their responsibility. So, you know what? I'm see, Candace, now you're gonna make me play devil's advocate. Because when you go back into history, and when I say history, now I'm asking us to look back at our grandparents, or even our great grandparents, for that matter, if you got them. But did you ever wonder how Big Mama and Big Daddy stayed together for as long as they did? They slept in separate rooms, the whole 9 yards, but they stayed together. How did they do that? How? And where are those examples of what they did, what they achieved, how they conquered that? Where are those examples now? And of course, I'm sitting here right now taking a slap in my own face for my own life, for that matter, transparency, as they say. Where's that example? Because our grandparents stayed together forever and ever and ever until death did them part most of the times. And if anybody knows anything different, hey, please speak your piece, because there's no judgment here. I definitely want, everybody to say, "Ooh, who's the? Oh my goodness! I see characters, Chinese characters, Japanese characters. Dana, you on fire or something? I don't know. I'm not sure what that is, but okay. Um, reading these comments like, who is that? Japanese, Chinese, Vietnamese, Korean, Indonesian. Who is that? Anywho, um, you don't have to agree, and I know everybody isn't going to agree, but you know that's why the beginning of the poem simply stated it's not all, because it's not, and it don't apply to everybody. Everybody can't live by that code. Everybody is not involved in that code. You got some sisters, some ladies that do exactly what they are supposed to do or going to do. Um, I ain't here to go to church on nobody, but there are some ladies who know that, hey, I need to be doing this, despite what he may do or not do. I'm still going to do my part, and I get it. Real life happens, and people get burnt out real quick. Like, why am I continuing to make you happy and I ain't happy, right? Because we want to be happy. I want to be happy. And sometimes, in order to be happy, you got to excuse yourself and put yourself in a better situation to be happy. Facts. But then sometimes we contribute to the unhappiness because we are too much of this. You can go back and forth all day long because you feel that you can. But in the same breath, you'll say, well, I'm gonna just go over here and pray to God. Well, Do you think he listening at that point? I don't know. There's a standard, there's a guideline for us all to follow, and I know that we all don't do it. We don't. But often, we want the good results of following the standard without putting in the good result work to get that. I know it was a few shows ago, many, probably about 4 or 5. I ended the show with we needed good, orderly direction. Good, orderly direction. We need that in our life. But when you take good, G, orderly, O, direction, D, what do you get? God. Yeah, we do. We need that. We need him to help us to get through whatever hurdles that we are faced with. I want you to be happy. I want to be happy. In order to be happy, you got to do some things differently. If you keep doing the same thing, you're not going to be happy. You're just going to keep spinning the wheel, keep spinning the wheel, keep spinning the wheel, keep spinning the wheel, and the end result is going to be the same. So, again, as I stated before, this is not a bashing session for the ladies because it's not. This is something for all of us to think about. I want the guys to think about it too. And it's only what myself and Leonard and Mello, 3 guys. But we got to think about that too. For those ladies that are in our life, for those daughters that we have, we got to teach them. We got to be the example for them. How to be, how not to be. How should a man interact with his woman? All that arguing back and forth. Personally, I don't want to do it. I'll shut up real quick and walk away. And that don't do nothing but piss people off even more so. And then some of y'all ladies, oh boy, don't you dare walk away from me. Don't you, who you think you where you and I know some of y'all is laughing right now because that's you. That's you. So Trey said it right here. I'm not sacrificing my peace for nothing or nobody. It took me too long to find and embrace it. Come on. You want someone to add to your happiness, not make you happy. There you go. You are responsible for you. And when you pick a mate, they're supposed to be a compliment. A compliment. They're supposed to add to what you already have going on. But that don't always be the case. Some of us, men included, are very toxic. Some of us are. How do you fix it? Some of us are afraid to get out of toxic situations, relationships. We feel stuck. We're going to stay right there. The poem said it. The guy is sitting there going, I'm stuck. He's trying to figure a way. How can I get out of this? So I don't know. You can't go into a relationship thinking you can change that person, man or woman, accept who they are. If you feel the need to change them, then you need to look at yourself or look at self and see why you are still there. Ta-da. Dana said, you walking out the door to the 80s house. Exactly. So like I said, I know it don't apply to everybody, but for some of us, it does apply. Some of us, it should make us think. at the least, think about what was said, because that is somebody's reality that Miss Dana wrote about. That's somebody's reality. And with all the many, 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 many myriads of people that we have around here, you can't tell me that it's not somebody's life, because I'm sure it is. Candace says, easy, leave. But the worry is, what are you going to lose? If you're going to lose anything, are you going to lose anything? Maybe. It's a sacrifice, though. Either way, it's a sacrifice to stick around, right? And it's a sacrifice to break free. It's a choice that you have to make for yourself. Nobody can make that decision for you. Nobody. Good evening, sir. My dad's in the building, you guys. Say good evening to my dad, Mr. Emil Thomas. Oh, look, we got another fella in here. My guy, DJ. He says, I've come to find out that my happiness have nothing to do with what's happening. That's just me. I'm just saying. Mhm. You are responsible for happiness, your happiness. You got to make that change. Miss Ilona Wade over in the YouTube world. Thank you guys again for the YouTubers. Back in the day, the elder women taught the younger women how to act. Now the so-called elder women are too busy trying to beat the young ones to the club. Oh shoot, right. They know all the steps and everything. They doing it. They doing it. Oh man. But you know, it, in the end, it's not. There's no simple answer to any of this. I get it. I don't know what's going on in anyone's home, just as you don't know what's going on in mine. But I do know that the reality of what we face on a day in, day out basis, tonight's conversation should make you think about where you are. Where am I? What do I want to see changed? What do I want to see change within myself? Am I willing to fix the issue within me? I can't worry about what you are doing. I got to start with me. And once I fix me, then maybe, as many of the comments this evening have suggested, maybe my energy, maybe my vibe will cause you to soften a little bit. Dana says, when some ladies lose their man to another woman, the first thing they do is blame the other woman instead of looking at themselves as to why that man left. Gigi said it. She said, I ask myself these questions all the time. Because you know what? Honestly, Gigi, I don't think it's a question that you're going to be able to go, I got the answer, and you're going to walk away from it and we cool, it's done, close the book, it's done. It's a continual part of our life. We constantly making adjustments. So we got to think about that. TT Georgia says, your hat is ugly. Can you fix that first? No. Who that, baby? Hey, look, y'all. Atlanta, Georgia is in the building. That's my sister TT all the way in the ATL. Look, ain't it past your bedtime? Thank you for tuning in, man. I appreciate you. Oh man. But back with Gigi, that's the truth, man. We have to think about this constantly. He said, I woke up to say goodnight. You know what? Pittsburgh, y'all repping hard tonight. Yeah, you call me in the morning, sir, for sure. That's my brother Tuna, y'all. Oh man. But anywho, Listen, man, we gonna go on and on and on. I don't. I want to end like this. This platform, you guys, is here for you. This is here for me. I'm learning about me just as hopefully you are learning about you, and we learn about each other. We learn how to make our villages stronger because there are many villages around us that continue to grow stronger because they bond tighter. We got to do a better job of taking care of ourselves, taking care of our family, taking care of one another. It's not an easy fix. I get it. It ain't going to happen overnight, but we got to start. We got to start somewhere. We got to start today, start in the morning, something. Love on folks. Love the ones that want to be loved. Those that don't want to be loved, guess what? We're going to social distance them real quick. 6 feet, I'm going to give you the 18, 24. Give them all the space they need to get out your face, get out your space so that you can become happier. Because you're already going to be happy anyway. So, you know, we're going to try hard, TT, not to put no pressure on it. But at the end of the day, you know what they say about pressure, right? Pressure. It either cracks pipes or it makes diamonds. Which one are you? You guys, that's my time on this here. I want to thank you again for being a part of Gentlemen After Dark. This is the last episode of season number 3. You know, with your permission, I definitely want to come back for another season, season 4, and keep us growing. And I want to go into conversations like this. This is the stuff that we really need to be talking about. Yo, Trey, I'm looking for you. Mello, I'm looking for you. I'm looking for anybody else that feels like they want to sit on this panel, not on a once in a while basis, but on a basis where each week, and we just throw out some questions and we share our thoughts and comments with the audience so that we can get stronger, man. We are a strong people, but often we don't do the things that we need to do to keep us solid together. You can't keep stacking bricks on top of each other and you can't put no mortar in between to keep it together. No, I'm not Bob the Builder, but I do have some knowledge of that. So that's going to be my time. Wait, I see my mom is in here. Miss Viola Thomas. Y'all want to say hello to my mom? What? Kim Kirkwood is up in this building? Kim Kirkwood, I see you. Hello. Look at that. 24th Street School, Patrick Henry Junior High School, Granada Hills. Wow, I dig it. I like it. I was on my way to your house. Whatever, DJ. The lies you tell. Oh, DJ, you lie, you lie. Anywho, look, you guys, it's been nothing but fun, man. I appreciate you guys again. We're gonna take a 2-week hiatus. I'm gonna be on break for about 2 weeks. Work on something new and vibrant for us for season 4. But I definitely want to get more individuals involved. I don't want to always do all the talking. And to my audience tonight, last week, you guys have definitely stepped it up, man, and gave me energy to be able to feed off of and keep us going. So if you feel like you want to, be a part of the panel, you ain't shy and you ain't gonna get on the show wearing a bonnet. I don't care if you wear one or not. It don't bother me. It really don't. But you want to get on and help our community grow. I'm looking for you. So I know I named off Trey and Mello because I know I can count on them when I can't count on nobody else. So that's my time, you guys. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for being here this evening. And without further ado, we're going to close out like this. From the desert to the sea, and to all who have decided to chat with me, good evening.